The women will be coming onto the block shortly. And here's the start list. Bindy Goon in lane number 1 was the finalist in the National Championships. Jane Ovenden in 2 also. She finished 6th. In 3, Elly Hutton, I thought, ran very well in Sydney in both the junior and senior. In 4, Jodi Lambert, beaten out of a place in the senior final. In 5, Lauren Hewitt, who was second behind Kathy Freeman. In 6, Sharon Cripps, the junior champion, who was third behind Kathy Freeman in the senior championship. In 7, Veronica Lee. Bit of a surprise she didn't make the final. And in 8, Melissa Medlicott.
Yes, it's a great lineup here again tonight, and I think the favourite probably going into this race is Lauren Hewitt, because she did come second at Nationals behind Kathy Freeman. It'll be interesting to see how she can handle that, because she probably realises that that's the case.
Yes, it's a funny one for her, Linda. There's Sharon Cripps, who had the better of Lauren Hewitt earlier this year. She's about a year older, being 18, and Lauren being 17. But Lauren was second to Kathy. You can see Lauren 2-1, 2-1. Second to Kathy at the Victorian Championships, then second behind Lambert at the NEC, but then stepped up and finished second at the Nationals, and now suddenly she's the favourite here for the first time in a major race this year.
Yeah, and it also shows how great the depth is here in athletics, especially the sprints, because we haven't had it before, and it's looking very promising for the future.
Here's Jodi Lambert. She leads the Grand Prix points. She finishes in the top 3 here. She'll take the $1,000 on offer in each event. I think it's interesting in this race because Sharon Cripps also competing in her. She must fancy her chances after. Here's a close-up of Lambert. She'd be pretty keen to atone after a pretty poor run at the Nationals, where she finished 4th. But for Cripps, in front of her home crowd, she'd certainly be feeling the pressure of being one of the favourites coming into this in front of her home crowd. She's had a great season.
Yeah, that's always a consideration, because people think that, maybe with you being in front, they would fire you up. At the same time, can make you very nervous. So, but you never know.
And there's also normally more pressure. People want, your parents want to know what time it starts and whether they can get tickets, and your friends are ringing you up and wishing you luck. Which, if you're interstate and you're in a hotel, you don't have any of those problems.
Yeah, it saves those sort of hassles. But it'll be a mental thing today. I think the other problem with Jodi Lambert, at Nationals, was that she ran Kathy Freeman's race and not her own race, and I've known how to do that, because I've done it before. So maybe she'll relax more, and she probably really wants to take this title out.
Well, she's 25, and the other two young women are 18 and 17 respectively. So she's a mature athlete who has made progress this year, no question about that. But Hewitt and Cripps are accelerating as well and have caught her. Hutton, I think, will run pretty well here. Lee should get out quickly, but they look to be the ones. We've seen some good sprinting tonight. Capobianco 10:40, and I think he's only in about that shape, so there's no reason they can't run a good time. I wonder if they could get close to around 11:50, something like that, which would be a breakthrough certainly for Cripps and Hewitt. They're at 11:66 and 11:62. No wind at all, is there?
No, it's looking perfect conditions. I know it's lovely down the track, and a new track, so there's no excuses tonight for not producing a good time.
Cripps 3 from the left, and then Hewitt next to her, and Lambert inside again. Lambert got out reasonably well, I feel, right with Hewitt early, and Cripps, and going fast is Hutton, just leading. Lambert coming through on Hutton, though. Lambert's going to be a winner here, and Lambert does win. She is close for second and third. Ovenden right there with Hutton, Hewitt and Cripps. Got a reasonable start tonight, and that's been something she hasn't done on a couple of occasions. And once she was, I think, with Hewitt and also Cripps, you always felt like the older woman would come through. Yeah,
well, Elly Hutton got out well then, and I think Jodi wanted to prove something. She would have been incredibly disappointed with the other week at Nationals, and she wanted to prove herself today. Elly Hutton has done well there too. I mean, hard to split those girls up. I mean, she ran very well against Sharon Cripps in the under-20s, and she nearly actually beat her, so her form has really come through.
This has been a shot we've seen all year. Have a look at that look of determination.
I have the glass blower's cheek. I don't know what it is. It's got the stressed cheeks.
Well, there's certainly eyes that would pierce any major competitor. Hutton brilliantly away, and great run from Ovenden on the inside. Still, Hewitt and Cripps both maintained their form, which is important when you're racing in that sort of quality, but very tight for second, third and fourth. Probably
Cripps second, and then just nothing between Hewitt and Hutton. Let's go down and join Jodi Lambert with Terry Kennedy.
Well, Jodi Lambert, obviously the Nationals, a bit of a disappointment, but that's a nice way to answer any critics, isn't it?
Yeah, it's certainly a nice way to finish off the domestic season. Show them that, Nationals was a bit of a sham.
Was it just a bad weekend there because you'd had such a great season?
Yeah, I think I just blew it, really, you know. I'd lost the plot completely and didn't get there, but, came back in the 200 okay.
Yeah.
But the 100, no, it was a big disappointment.
You appeared really focused tonight. That start was probably one of your best of the season.
Yeah, it wouldn't be hard to be one of my best of the season.
At least you're truthful.
Yeah.
But obviously things are coming together nicely for you now.
Yeah. Certainly, I was glad that I finished that one in front.
Always nice to finish the domestic season with a victory.
Yeah, it is.
Well done, Jodi Lambert, and also the youngsters are putting a little bit of pressure on Jodi Lambert and the elder statesmen, including Melinda Gates, at the moment. Sharon Cripps, that's a very tight finish in that race. Did you get second there?
I would not have a clue where I got, to tell you the truth. I have no idea, but, I missed the start and I ran a good race anyway, and I'm happy with it.
About 4 girls all hit the line together there. You locked in that battle, but obviously the season, you couldn't be more happy with it.
No, I'm very happy with it. Last year I've just improved so much since then, and I can't wait to see what I can do next year, and hopefully I'll be right up there.
The Nationals proved a great bonus for you, really, didn't they?
Yeah, last year it wasn't like I didn't run that well, but I'm really happy with it and the way I've been running the whole season, so it's a good way to finish up.
Nice to come out in front of this good home crowd, really, a great atmosphere here at QE2.
Yeah, the conditions are great, and it was good running in front of my family and my friends and stuff, so I'm happy.
Sharon Cripps, well done.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
The women's 100-metre result, 11.58 for Jodi Lambert. Elly Hutton did get second in 11.68. It's very close to her best time, by the way. Sharon Cripps 11.68 and Lauren Hewitt 11.69. So we had a lot of women getting very close to the best times they've run.
It is
I've got
a
Hutton at
PB.
11.73, her best prior to that, so that's her best. So good results, left, right and centre.